Hello, I am David W. Parker. This is Programming Today I Learned, WebGL Series Episode 81. This is part 2 of the fog episodes. And in this episode, it's going to be pretty short. We're just going to basically replace the distance factor from the eye point with using W from GL position. So if you recall from the previous episode here, we had this uniform that had the eye in array, and that was basically taking in this UI so that we could compute the distance properly for the equation in the fragment shader so that we could do this right here and figure out the fog factor. Well, we can remove that line, so here's the new one. Everything else in here, the index is the exact same, so we don't really need to go into the details. And you can see we're going to go ahead and remove that and just set the v distance to the GL position.w. So GL position.w, we haven't used it before. It's the z value of each vertex in the view coordinate system multiplied by -1. And the eye point is the origin in the view coordinates, and the view direction is already negative direction of z. So z is a negative value. And what this w allows us to do is basically use that as an approximation for this exact same value. So kind of crazy, but because of this being, this u v MVP times a position, and given this u of I, we are basically able to have a approximation of the I position just based on this w. So what it allows us to do is basically everything else in the fragment shader is the exact same, and so let's go ahead and load this up. And you can see that it ends up being the exact same. You have to give it a second here as my computer is slow. Oh, there it goes. So here, so you can see it looks pretty dang good using that approximation. Now, you might think, why would I want to use an approximation when I can be exact? Well, apparently doing this distance calculation can be slow. Depending on your program, depending on how many vertices you have and whatnot. So trying to get rid of that makes things a little bit faster, and one extra little thing to speed up your application and still get a pretty good result. So that's it for this episode. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and like this video. That'll help me out on YouTube. Share on social media if you will. Go to programmingtil.com, sign up for my newsletter, and follow me on Twitter. Have a great one. Thanks.